I think it's important to understand that when we're dealing with Gen Z, they're not a I'm going to fill out an application, get a job generation.
You're absolutely right.
These are entrepreneurs, right? These aren't children that believe the things that my generation, many of us believed, right? I'm from Generation X. Many of you are baby boomers, right? Some of the language that I was told when I was growing up is go to college, you can go to the military. It wasn't really an emphasis on even a trade. Generation Z, and I haven't even talked about the millennials, but Generation Z right now, they don't believe none of that. And there's no evidence around them to tell them that they should believe what some of y'all is telling them about just, just put your head down and just get a good job and retire. That they are not thinking about that. There are too many examples of them creating their own path. Most of us in here are internet immigrants, right? We came from a world before there was an internet. These are children who are internet natives. That's the only world that they know. And there are too many opportunities. Tell you some of my background. My focus is like early childhood development, but I've taught children from many different ages. Like I noticed for a few years I was teaching in 6th grade, and I noticed over the years with the growth of technology that a lot of their ideas in terms of what they wanted to be when they got older changed. You always hear the NFL and the NBA, but then I started to hear influencer. I started to hear gamer. I started to hear YouTuber. And you cannot say that that is not possible. There's no way that you can say that that's not possible because there are too many examples to show that that is a path, a purpose. And I think that our perspective needs to change in how we deal with this generation in terms of we are in a position to help them find their purpose in life, not get a job, because their purpose is going to create contributions to this society because they're living what they love to do. We have to give them the character tools and the other different elements that, regardless of what they do, it's going to be a sense of righteousness to it. They're going to have a sense of conscience when it comes to contributing to the planet. All of those particular things. But in terms of like what they want to do when they get older, we need to listen a lot more and support them in terms of the path that they're actually going to be going on, regardless of what we have to say about it. We're in a totally different world and I'm not even talking about the alpha generation. Like my 5-year-old, let me give you a story. She's in kindergarten. She came home the other day and said her friend Jada said that she was smarter than her. She's like, Dad, guess what? I said, what? She said, Jada said that she's smarter than me. And I said, so what did you say? She said, I asked her to tell me what intelligent means then. That's a 5-year-old. That level of intelligence. See, I grew up in a generation where we were told that there was a Wizard of Oz. And some of us, especially when hip hop came out, we were informed about the social justice and the issues that were going on in society. So we knew that some things really weren't true. This generation, you cannot sell them the idea that there is a Wizard in Oz. They do not believe that at all. And sometimes we may get a little apprehensive about how rough their language may be and how they may feel like, you may feel like the way that they talk, there may not be a level of respect or something like that. Take all of that away and recognize that they're speaking from a genuine place. They're being real. And if you're not able to meet them where they are, then any wisdom you think you got or guidance, they will not listen to any of that. I came from a generation where a popular phrase was, I'm not hearing that, right? Their generation is, I'm not even trying to hear that. They're not even giving people a chance, right? And then I'll say this last thing. All of the panels that we've had so far and the other ones that we're gonna have, I think it's important to understand that there's a difference between a peacock and a shark, right? When you go to the zoo, has everybody ever seen a peacock at the zoo? everybody sees the peacock at the zoo because they want to be seen, right? But in this city, you have to be a shark. You have to be unseen. And you have to do things. If you're ever in waters and you see that dorsal fin come out of the water, it is too late for you to do anything at that time. And you have to plan and strategize in that way where you're quietly getting things done and not being loud and telling everybody what it is that you're doing. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay.